Hey everyone, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. Today I'm just going to go through a quick overview of dahlias, how they grow and how we save both their tubers and their seeds. So I'm going to yap a little bit about the dahlias first. So if you're looking on just how to save the tubers and the seeds, I would skip ahead a little bit of this video. But yeah, so the first thing to note is I am in an area where we get very harsh winters. Dahlia tubers like to stay between 7 and 13 degrees when you're storing them. So in my area, if we were to let the tubers stay in the ground, they're going to freeze and rot. So we have to dig them up and store them for the winter in the house. If you have any tips or tricks on your area or any ways that you do things differently, feel free to drop them in the comments, but this is a way that we have found, tried, tested, and true. So, to begin, the dahlia, let's just talk about their plants and how they grow. So, when you go to a nursery, you are most likely going to buy a tuber, and the tuber is going to be for a specific variety. So for example, we'll just use what we grew this year. So these vanilla sunsets. So if I want to grow a vanilla sunset, I am going to go to my nursery or to the store, buy a bag of tubers, which are a little bit pricier, and that's why people do grow from seed, but we'll get into that in a minute. And we're going to buy those tubers. We're going to plant them into the ground. The tuber is going to form underground, and it's going to sprout our dahlia plant. Now, if you want to grow the exact same variety year after year, you are going to grow from the tuber under the ground because you're going to guarantee the replica plant or the replica variety that you grew before. So that's why you're buying a specific variety, because they know it's going to be that specific variety because it's all of the genetic material is in that tuber. Now, if you want to grow dahlias just to grow them and you don't really care what variety you might get, or you want to experiment with different varieties or just have it be a surprise, you can actually grow dahlias from seed. So you've got your tuber that grows the plant, and in the head of this plant, once it dries up, so this is on its way to drying, you're going to let it dry on the plant, and there's actually seeds inside of those pods. Now, these were actually grown from seed. So I got seeds sent to me in the mail. I planted them underground, and it sprouted into this flower. So I didn't know what I was going to get. So the answer to the question, if I plant a dahlia seed, will it create a tuber? Yes, it will. So basically what has happened is I have planted a seed into the ground. It developed that tuber, grew the plant up, and this is what I got. Now, if I want this exact plant next year because I love it, then I am going to save the tuber from the bottom, because again, that's where all the genetic material is to create that exact same plant. If I just want to go willy-nilly and say, let's see what we get, I'm going to save the seeds from that head and plant them again next year. So to recap, yes, if you plant a seed, eventually it will create a tuber and create that plant up. And that's why growing dahlias from seeds take a little bit longer than growing from tubers, because you are essentially creating new tubers. So I hope that makes sense. Just to recap, the tuber has all the genetic materials to recreate that variety over and over again. If you want that, you plant those, you save those over the winter, and I replant them next year to create the same flower. If I want to go willy-nilly and maybe, have a different variety or a similar variety with different characteristics, I'm going to save the seeds and plant the seeds. And again, the seed will create a tuber if I really like that variety to save for next year. So, for instance, like I said, this was grown from seed. I really like this. I think they're beautiful. So I'm going to save the seeds and the tubers because I want to grow them again next year. But I also want to see if I can get something similar but not the same. So that's where I'm going to take you into showing you how to do that. So the first things first is I've got my plant, the tubers underground, and the seeds are in the head. Let's start with showing you how to save the tubers. So I had a plant here, and what I have done is I have snipped off the plant just to make life easier for saving the tubers. Now, once you start digging out, as you can see, there are the tubers underground. And those are the babies that I need to grow this exact plant next year. So we're going to dig these out, and then I'm going to show you what to do with them in a minute. Now on that subject, that's saving the tubes. If you're saving the seeds, you are going to let the plant, the heads of the plant, dry out. A lot of them will be closed similar to this, but you're going to let them dry out. So I've just got them here. Now on the inside of these pods is where your seeds are going to be. So let me just show you here. Okay, so I've opened up the head, and see these little black pieces here, these separate black? There's your seeds. So if you're saving the seeds from the head, like I said, waiting until they're completely dried out, and you will get the seeds no problem. So now we are going to dig up those tubers. So see, as I come away from the base of this plant, there's a ton of these tubers under here. There's a ton of them. So just be careful when digging them out. You're just going to want to use like a spade and yeah, just dig them out. There's one right there. So I'm going to do this off camera just so I don't destroy them while trying to hold the camera and the spade in the other hand. And then I'll show you what they look like once they're out of the ground. So these ones are actually perfect. They came out in a clump. So I don't need to keep this stalk part here. I am going to separate them. But just for getting them out of the ground for now, we're just going to actually put them over here. And I'm going to get out the rest of them. And then once I'm done taking out the rest of them, at that point, I will show you how to separate them. You just kind of clean them real quick and then store them. Okay, so at this point we have our tubers inside and we're going to want to clean them. So you have two options to clean them. We can either just take a brush and really brush this dirt off until the tubers are clear of dirt, or you can actually wash them with water. Now, just as a little word of caution, if you are going to use water to wash these, that's fine. They really do clean them off, but you really want to make sure that you have a place that they can dry. You don't want to store these tubers wet because they risk rotting and molding, and we don't want that. So if you are going to use the water option, just really make sure they are going to dry off before you continue on to the next step. Okay, now once you have your tubers nice and clean, you have two options. You can either store them all attached like this, which is going to take up a lot more room and space, and divide your tubers in the spring, or you can divide them now and then go ahead and store them divided up already. So it's really up to you when you want to divide them. But I am going to show you just quickly how to divide them. Now these tubers are a little bit small, so I'm going to do the best I can showing you how, but I highly encourage you to do a quick Google image search on these Dahlia tubers so that you get a better understanding of what exactly you're looking at before you divide them. So you're going to want a really good pair of pruning shears or a good knife. They do sell Dahlia knife separators that you can purchase either on Amazon. I'll put a link down to one below just to kind of show you. But what you're looking for on a tuber when you go to divide, so you've got your main stem that the plant came from. And again, these are a little bit small, so bear with me, but I'm going to give you the general idea. You've got the main stalk. Now, what you're looking for in order to have a viable tuber that will spread again in the spring is three components. You're going to have the eye, which is going to be really close to the stem, the neck, and then the body. So a better example would be over here. You're going to have the eye that's near the plant, and it literally looks like a tiny little eye and like a little circle. And that's where I encourage you just to do a quick Google image search so you can see better. But you're going to have the eye right here near the plant, the neck of the tuber, and then the body of that tuber. So you're going to want to make sure to snip no more after that eye because you want all three components of that tuber and to store that. So again, you're going to come in, you're going to find, oops, sorry, I got the shadow here. The eye of the tuber, the neck, and then the body. And then you're going to shear those off. So I will give you an example. Okay, so I've got a couple of here that I had the eye, the neck, and then the body. Now, don't be hard on yourself. This is not necessarily an easy feat, especially if this is your first time, or even sometimes experienced growers have a hard time doing this. Like it can be difficult, it can be daunting. So if you don't get anything your first year, or if you're having a hard time, don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself grace. It might take you a season or two to get used to it. But yeah, so anyways, you've got these. Now, it is recommended you can dip the ends that you have cut into some cinnamon, and that will help to prevent some bacteria growth. I know a lot of people that do that. So dip your end into some cinnamon, and then I'm going to show you how to store these. Okay, so here comes the biggest debate of storing dahlia tubers. What are you storing it in? So there are two different options, and it really depends on how you're storing. So as I've stated before, dahlia tubers like to be stored at a certain temperature. So they're typically between 4 to 7 degrees Celsius, which I believe is 40 to 50 Fahrenheit. So you want to keep it in an area that's like that. So an old fridge, and a cold cellar, a garage that doesn't get too cold if you're not in an area that's too cold. I'm going to put mine under my basement stairs. The reason I'm going to do that is because I know that it stays nice and cool down there, but it's not outside. So that's where I'm storing mine. Now, the other key successful point in keeping dahlia tubers is making sure that they're not only cool, but that they're staying dry and that there's good air circulation. So what I am going to tell you will be based on where you're storing your tubers. I am going to store my tubers in a cardboard box with some newspapers. The reason that I am doing that is because it's going under the stairs, which is kind of a damp area. So the cardboard and the newspaper will draw out the dampness from my tubers, because essentially it's paper and paper draws in moisture. So that is okay for me to store them in that area. If I was storing them in an already super dry area, or I don't have a high humidity in my home or where I'm storing these tubers, you can go ahead and store them in a plastic bin and either put some peat moss in there or some vermiculite, which you can find either at your local hardware store or your gardening center for cheap. It's like under $10 for a big bag. So you can store them in there. Now, I hope that makes sense. So if you're, again, if you're in a super damp area or an area that's damper, it's okay to go ahead and put them in a box with some newspaper. It's going to be a super cheap and easy option for you. But if you're going to go into a very, very dry area, I just would suggest this a little bit more, because you don't want to dry them out, your tubers out even more by sucking even more whatever moisture they have left into them out. Okay, so moving on from that, I'm going to move the bin aside because I'm not using that. I'm going to be using that. So I've just shredded up some newspaper, put it at the bottom of a box, and we're going to go ahead and put our tubers in here. You would put them in the exact same way into either the peat moss or the vermiculite in there. You're spacing them apart, making sure that they're not touching and they've got that good amount of airflow. And then for this sake, we would just kind of like cover that shredded newspaper up, close the box, and store them. Now, I would suggest going in maybe once a month, once every 2 months, making sure that nothing has rotted. They're not super dry. They're not super moist. They're kind of just right. And yeah, just storing them and doing what you can. And again, give yourself some grace. This can be difficult, especially if you're in an area that's either super humid, super dry. It can be finicky. So that's pretty much the basics of growing dahlias, storing tubers, saving the seeds, start from scratch. I hope this was helpful. I hope it helps somebody out there. There's a lot when it comes to dahlias, and they can be overwhelming and intimidating for new people, but I hope that I was able to somehow make this easier for somebody out there. So thank you so much for watching. Happy gardening. Thank you so much for joining us. I think this is the last gardening per se video from our garden of 2022. We are going to have lots more coming. Like I've said before, we've got bread tutorials coming and gardening inside, getting ready for the 2023 gardening. But yeah, thank you so much for joining, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.